England's World Cup campaign in Russia ended with a 2-0 defeat by Belgium in St Petersburg that meant the Three Lions finished in 4th place. And to be honest, it just had such a flat feel to the game. It wasn't meant to be that they were in the final. They were deservedly beaten by Croatia, and today probably the worst performance in this World Cup, and it was against the full strength Belgium side. We lost 2-0, and it all of a sudden it makes our tournament look quite average when you look at the fact that we've won 4 games and lost 3 games. For 3 games being against the only real decent opposition we faced. You could argue Colombia was a good result, but we nearly went out on penalties. So there were a few changes for this game. The majority of the players stayed from the last few performances. So you had Phil Jones coming in at centre back in place of Kyle Walker. Now Walker, out of the 3 defenders, he looked the most likely to make an error. I don't know if he was injured or what, but Jones was playing, and he wasn't great. He was okay, but he's not. I wouldn't think he's going to be in the England setup in the future. Then you had Eric Dyer coming in for Jordan Henderson, and I really rated Eric Dyer quite highly before this tournament, before the season. But he's had a dip in form. All of a sudden, he looks quite an average player. I'm hoping he can get some of that form back, because he just looks a shadow of the player he was a couple of seasons ago at the Euros. Eric Dyer was one of our best players. Then you had... I understood a few changes being made. You had Delph and Loftus-Cheek coming in place of Ali and Lingard. That's absolutely fine. I'm happy about that. But I don't understand why Raheem Sterling was starting again. Why keep Raheem Sterling on? I spoke about him before, and that there's a lot of divided opinion on him. And I think if you're going to rotate a few of the players, especially in a game like today that was a bit of a consolation game, why not start Rashford from the start? Even Jamie Vardy, although I don't know if he's still injured a bit. But yeah, Raheem Sterling started and he was poor, and the whole England performance was poor. I'll be honest, actually. In the second half, I actually fell asleep. The game just did not hold my attention whatsoever. It was just very disappointing. Belgium fully deserved the win. They scored after 4 minutes, and then they scored again in the 82nd minute. Dele Alli came on later on. Oh yeah, Danny Rose also playing in place of Ashley Young, and he can look a bit dodgy at times. That was another debatable inclusion. Previously, a lot of people thought Rose should be starting over Young. I didn't think so, and I think Young justified his selection over Danny Rose overall. But Harry Maguire's solid. John Stones pretty solid. It was just a bit of a dull performance, and it reminded me of the England of old, the England that we're used to. And we can't be... We can't criticise too much. They have had a good tournament overall, but we've got to look at how to move forward, and it's very difficult when a lot of our best players aren't playing week in, week out. So you look at, for example, Loftus-Cheek. He's going to have to leave Chelsea, probably join a mid-table Premier League side where he can play week in, week out. I'd hate to see him go to another top club and then rot on the bench there. Then you've got John Stones, who didn't play much after Christmas for Manchester City. He's one of England's best defenders, but he needs to be playing week in, week out. Yeah, Lingard gets rotated in and out of the United team, but he's there for the majority of the time. Fabian Delph is another one. Maybe he will play more this coming season. We will wait and see. But I think there's going to be some more players as well that we don't know about, and other ones that we've heard about, like Sessegnon from Fulham, and I think Dembele as well. A few players that they seem to be getting excited about. But we've got a good base now. We've got a young team, and we can only add to that. We just need to get behind the team. I think Southgate definitely should stay on as manager until the next Euros at least, and let's just see how we do. Let's just see how we do in the qualifying, and let's see what players step up to the mark. But today was a disappointing performance, but I don't think you can read too much into it. My thoughts are a little bit mixed up today, because I think they did well overall in the tournament, but actually if you look at the stats, did they do that well? If you look at the England golden generation of 12 years ago, if they had had this passage to the World Cup final, I would have no doubt that they would have done it. You look at the teams they went out to, Portugal in 2004 and 2006. That Portugal side would have beat. That Portugal side was, in my opinion, better than the Portugal side now. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I look forward to hearing from you.